Hi, I'm Rachel Brammeier, VP of Business Development, and today I'm going to discuss building a sticky client. One of the most important things with building a sticky client base is making sure that they are taken care of and that they feel the love and care and the value that you bring. I like to think of retention as an hourglass. So you're putting all your clients in, which is a sand on the top. And then if you're not watching the bottom, it's falling through the bottom. So making sure that you are taking care of your clients, making sure you have a good retention plan. And that is something that I've noticed a lot of people, a lot of business owners do not always have a retention plan because you're so focused on gaining new clients, getting new acquisitions, getting the next sale in the door that you're not servicing and taking care of your current clients. In fact, there was a study done with about 1,400 different software companies, and out of those 1,400, only 20% saw value in a retention plan. So my game plan today is to talk to you about retention plans and try to increase that 20%, making sure you've built clear expectations with your clients. Everything from what does the sales process look like? What do they bring with them? What questions do they have? And then at the end, what is your follow-up? How can they utilize you? When are you talking to them next? It is important to have those clear expectations, not only on that, but also what the sales appointment looks like, how long it's going to be, who they're meeting with, when they're walking through the door, who they're talking to. The more clarification you can bring to that client prior to them meeting with you, the more sticky they're going to be in the long run because they will know what your and their expectations are. The next thing I want to bring up is regular communication. I like to think of this like going to a restaurant. When you're sitting at a table, you have a waiter or waitress come and they check on you. They ask what drinks you want to order. Then they come back again. They take your actual food order. They may ask for some feedback. You may ask for feedback back on what you like and what they like. And then as the meal progresses, they're continuing to check on you. How is the food? Is it tasty? Is it what you expected? At the end, they're asking about dessert. They're talking through what your check looks like and then asking you to come back again. That is what regular communication looks like throughout the entire meal. So think of that when you're thinking through what does regular communication look like with your own business. So when you're talking to these people throughout your entire sales appointment, are you asking for feedback? Are you asking them questions? After the sale, are you following up with them? Are you touching base to make sure they haven't had any life changes or concerns or frustrations with their plan that they have selected? The next point goes very much hand in hand with the last one I had, but it's listening. When you're talking to these people, make it personal. It shouldn't be a just regular churn and burn type thing when you're talking to a person. We're in business because of people. So make your conversations personal. If they bring up that they've been a caregiver, have some caregiver resources available. If they've brought up that their dad just got diagnosed with cancer, grab some cancer resources, not only for them, but for their dad, hand it over to them. Make notes in your CRM. That way, the next time you're talking to them, you can bring up their dog's name, their grandkid's name, talk to them as a real person. The personal effect of your business is really what's going to make or break that relationship, and if they choose to pick up the phone and talk to a new person. So listen is very, very important. The next thing I want to bring up is appreciation. Appreciation is so undervalued as part of a sales process. Thank them for making the decision to meet with you. Congratulate them on making a decision. It is a very, very hard decision. And the other thing with appreciation is just continuing on with that appreciation. Have different things built into your year to make sure those clients remember that you're there, but also feel that appreciation that you value them as a customer. Things like client appreciation events. Maybe you do a raffle that they can put a little card in and get something every month from whoever customer visits with you. Send them little thank you notes after the sale. Little things like that can go a long way. Just feeling a little appreciated, like you valued them meeting with you. A really, really important part of having a good retention system is constantly adding value. That can be reminding them who you are, educating them on different products, and informing them about industry changes. So remind, inform, and educate is so, so important to make sure that those people feel that there's more than just picking up the phone or looking something up on Google, that you're taking what they have said, what is important to them, making it personal, and then adding a little extra value. So constantly remember that it's your job to be a resource. It's your job to be an educator and to continue to be in front of those clients to make sure that they're informed about what's going on in the industry regarding their health, regarding their plan. Going along with adding value goes with constant reminders. So that's another point. We always say to add at least 7 touch points to a year with each client. And it can be all sorts of different creative things. You could do birthday cards. Actually picking up the phone and wishing them happy birthday is a great way to do it. You can do holiday cards. Maybe it's an email. So always make sure to collect those emails. It's just another way to get in front of those people. Asking your clients what their best mode of communication is, whether it's a text message, email, mail, communicating them with the way that they like to be communicated goes a long way. Some of the fun things that I've seen in the past have been client appreciation events, drawings or raffles, different things to get in front of your clients in different varieties of ways, even being extremely involved in the community. Like maybe you are on all the T-ball t-shirts, or I had one agent host a hot air balloon day for the community. So whatever you want to do to get involved and to remind your clients that you're available, you're involved in the community, and that you're there for them if they need you is super important. The next thing to build a good retention system is cross-selling, which is adding additional product lines. And I know, don't beat me up on this. I'm sure you've heard cross-selling over and over and over. But it is super important not only for your retention, but also for your bottom line. When you're looking at adding products, by the time you've added a third product, the loyalty rate of that person is almost 100%. So you're less likely to lose that person to someone else if you have multiple product lines already with you. In addition to that, there's a book called Marketing Metrics, and they did a study on adding a second product with a new client versus a current client. For a new client, you're looking at a 5 to 10% closing ratio if you add a product to a brand new person, versus a current client, you're looking at 60 to 70% close ratio. The last point I wanted to make about building a sticky client base and building out your retention program is to never have an assumption that they're loyal to you. I think that's the biggest mistake we've seen a lot of people make, which is, oh, my clients love me, they will never go anywhere else. Don't assume that. There's a lot of external factors out there, whether it be they're getting a phone call, they see a TV ad, maybe their friends refer them to their agent. There's a lot of things going on. So if they're not hearing from you, if you're not appreciating them, if you haven't added a second product line, if you haven't done things to them to add value to who you are, I would say don't assume that they are loyal to you. So overall, I think the most important thing when you're looking at building out your retention program and building out a sticky client base is 1, create a program. 2, track your retentions, making sure that you know exactly how many people you've lost that year. And that can include death. So make sure you're tracking the age of your client base. If you've got an older client base, then you're going to have a lot more sand fall through that hourglass. And so making sure that you have not only a tracking method, but also a program that you can plug each new client in is going to be a big game changer in making sure that you're successful and continue to be successful over the years. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions at all in terms of how that functions in your own business, if you would like to discuss building your own retention program, what numbers you need to track, ideas that you might have for your local community, we are more than happy to be your back office and help discuss anything and everything you've got on your mind. Our number here is 800-689-2800. Again, that's 800-689-2800. Talk to you soon.